What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's that time of the week. It's time for the rotation, and I've got some highly versatile options here. Obviously, some more versatile than others, like when we get to intense red tobacco, for example. Obviously, that's probably the least versatile in this video, but the rest, you'll see. So that's kind of the theme of the week, the way it shook out. But some great stuff, some stuff that I'm just now starting to spend time with, some stuff I want to keep reaching for, but a lot of variety that are overall crowd pleasers. Did get my share of compliments randomly throughout the week. But let's get into week number 217 of the weekly rotation. Stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday, now you'll notice kind of the versatility theme we're going with was cooler weather here, because it hasn't been crisp spring weather. It has been on the cooler, colder side, breezy, chilly, cold, and Van Cleef and Arpels Orchid Leather is one of those fragrances that kind of fell right into the vibe of nice and cozy for a cool day. This is warm, sweet, spicy, leathery, on the mass appealing side as far as sweet leathers are concerned. Kind of reminds me of Black Phantom from Killian a bit. This is gorgeous. Man, recommendation from Randy over at the channel Fragrance Dude. I spent a little over 80 bucks on this 100 ml from Fragrance Net. He was spot on with me enjoying this one. It says orchid leather in the name, but I don't really get any orchid. I don't recall seeing orchid in the notes. It does have a little bit of a floral tone, but it's more rich, thick, and kind of creamy leather accord with some sweetness, with some nice warm spice. Beautiful fragrance, great performer. I highly recommend trying this one out. It's my first Van Cleef & Arpels fragrance, and I'm a fan. It's Van Cleef & Arpels Orchid Leather during the day. Then we got the Shower. This is just a fun fragrance. Not really something that I would consider highly versatile. It does lean a little feminine, but it's cotton candy sweet. It's pistachio ice cream. It's all kinds of stuff in between. It's Paris Corner's Khair Pistachio, my favorite release from Paris Corner last year. I can't stop raving about this one. Yes, I wore it out the shower, just lounging around. I love this one. It just makes me happy to smell this fragrance. This is my favorite Paris Corner fragrance, not just my favorite release of last year from them. It's a clone or their take of Kayali's Yum Pistachio Gelato. You get that pistachio ice cream, pistachio gelato, tomato. Smell with some sweet rum, some hefty cinnamon. So you get that creamy, delicious dessert-like feel with some sweetness and a nice hit of spice, and then it starts to settle in some florals, geranium, a nice minty tone that comes across right away with some lighter florals. There's a cotton candy accord, there's a whipped cream accord. It's playfully sweet, it's fun. I love smelling this one. It's still floating in the air around me. I highly advise this if you like stuff like that. If you like dessert-like, candy, sweet kind of fragrances, which isn't always my jam, but it's a fun fragrance, I have to say. Out the shower, Paris Corner's Khair Pistachio. So on Monday, I had something to take care of. I wasn't dressed in my typical rocking a hat and t-shirt, and I wanted something to step it up just a little bit. But if you see the note breakdown on this, it'll make you think it's on the challenging side. Maybe not really though. It's an oud-based fragrance, but it's a mass appealing sweet oud, some nutmeg, some spices, a little bit of rose. But overall, it's like the pink pepper is kind of the star of the show. This is from Micallef. This is from their Secrets of Love collection. This is Delice. Oh my, is this so good. It's so, for an oud, mass appealing, easygoing, highly versatile. Wore it with a polo shirt. I mean, nothing crazy dressed up, obviously, but man, does this smell good. The spices with that sweet pink pepper smell, because it's a sweeter pink pepper, and some nutmeg giving it spice and some cinnamon. The oud here, I don't know if it's just the oud or other notes playing with it that make it a sweeter, more mass appealing, I guess probably more synthetic type of oud. It doesn't come across as the most natural, but it is smooth, rich, sweet, and spicy. Oh, so good. Perfectly unisex for anybody that wants a treat of an extremely highly wearable oud-based fragrance. This is such a fun one. It's such a joy. Like I said before, when you see that note breakdown, It'll throw you for a loop, and you'll think, oh, that's dark, that's heavy, might be a little of a challenge. Hell no. This has a vibrance. It's very aromatic and bright. I don't really get the citrus, the orange that's in there, but probably contributing to the freshness that I get because this pink pepper is aromatic and sweet, because the other spicy notes kind of shine through, your nutmeg and cinnamon. Just a beautiful fragrance. I can't say enough good things about this one. Haven't wore it a lot, but it was a joy to wear it on this particular Monday. This is M. Micallef from their Secrets of Love collection. This is Delice. And then when I got out the shower, it was time for a good shave, and back to the well as per usual. Dior Sauvage aftershave splash. I keep going to it. I am running through this bad boy. I'm almost halfway through it. Whenever I get finished with it, I will rebuy it. It's pretty much been exclusively what I use when I shave for the last like month and a half. I just have really been enjoying it. It's Sauvage in an aftershave form is how you can look at it. So I do go anosmic to it, but it's fresh, metallic, citric, not as spicy as the EDT. Just so fresh. Beautiful stuff. If you never tried this and you want a really good aftershave splash, at least I think so anyways, check out Dior Sauvage's aftershave splash. Moving into Tuesday, I was doing some traveling, and I just love this fragrance. It's a new release for this year. I think it's highly wearable on those cooler days. It is Hugo Boss the Scent Elixir. I think it's such a great release from them. We do have Boss Bottled Triumph Elixir coming out this year as well. We recently talked about it on one of my live streams, split screens with iFragrance Official. That's supposed to be like Boss Bottled Elixir with some added freshness. Super excited about that because Hugo Boss has been killing it with the last several releases in these two lines, at least I think. Warm, spicy, but still sweet Maninka fruit, aromatic, woodsy, a little ambery, the right amount of projection and great longevity. The lowest score I've gotten from somebody that I've let smell this was Dedrick gave it an 8. It got a 10 out of 10 from the Fragrance Apprentice. It got a 9 out of 10 from the Nigerian giant Omas. I think it's a 9 out of 10 kind of fragrance as well. This is beautiful stuff. If you can get your nose on this one, absolutely do so. If you like the Boss the Scent line, if you're a fan of the DNA, then it's a safe blind buy for you. You're probably going to like it. If you just kind of have at least, 2 or 3 out the line and you're a big fan of the DNA, it falls right in line with the DNA. I think it's the best one. Just like Magnetic last year, I think was the best one. They seem to be topping themselves, because before last year's release of Magnetic, there was an argument back and forth, and for the most part, people would say either Private Accord or Absolute. There's an argument for both, and there's still an argument for both with Magnetic and Elixir being on the scene. But if you like this DNA, you need to get your nose on this one. It's phenomenal. And I actually didn't wear anything out the shower, but during the day I was smelling fantastic with Boss the Scent Elixir. Moving into Wednesday, this was quite the busy day. I hung out with Chad from A Gentleman's Journey and his lovely wife. I hung out with Dedrick Hicks, my guy, met his beautiful family, shot a lot of content that day. Just with Chad, between the two of us, 8 videos. Me and Dedrick, 3 videos. Did 11 videos that day. A lot of content, and my fragrance pumped and performed all day. Both of them let me know how good I smelled. I was wearing Mancera's Intense Red Tobacco. So I am going to be doing a full review and comparison between this and the original. I did a first impressions in a live stream. I bought a decant of this when it first was easy enough to get. And I knew right then and there, I don't even need to bother wearing the decant anymore. I'm going to get a bottle of this. I think the names are incorrect, just to give you kind of where my head is with this. I think Red Tobacco should be Intense Red Tobacco, and Intense Red Tobacco should be Red Tobacco. It's smoother. It's not as aggressively pungent and sweet in the opening. I love Red Tobacco. I love this more. This is more wearable for me. It lasts all day. It's not obnoxiously strong, but it's still pretty damn strong. And it's more about leather, woods, and spice than it is hefty sweetness and smoke. You still get some of those, but it's toned back. It's muted a bit, and there's other notes that kind of take over. Mainly a nice dry leather accord that, oh, I'm just here for. This is so good. Redundant to one another? Of course they are, but if you're a huge fan of Red Tobacco, you're going to want to try the Intense, in my opinion, because I actually prefer it during the day. Mancera's Intense Red Tobacco. Then when I got out the shower, I wanted to switch it up something fresh because I was wearing very spicy, heavier fragrances the last few days. I went with Polo Blue Parfum. My favorite Polo blue. Because I was debating on what do I want to wear. I don't want just some basic cheap freshie like I go with most of the time. And then it hit me. I got 2 bottles of this. Why the hell? And I love it. Why the hell am I not wearing this more? So that's what I did. I went with Polo Blue Parfum. So good. It's that watery melon cucumber aquatic smell with some darker nuances, a little resinous, warm and ambery, a bit smoky and woodsy. I love this fragrance. I think it's the best one. I personally don't think they'll top it beyond this, even though Gold Blend was great. Deep Blue Parfum's phenomenal. Hell, I like all of them. The whole line's really good. If you like the original, you'll probably like the majority of them. But to me, the best one is definitely the Parfum. I'm very happy to have it. I bought a bottle, and then later Ralph Lauren reached out to collaborate, and I got a second bottle from them. So I'm going to spray this more. So I have 5 ounces of it. Super happy about that. I don't need to worry about being scarce. Not that I ever really was anyway. But I need to get it in the rotation more often because it is that good. This is signature scent worthy kind of stuff to me. Highly versatile, super mass appealing, polished and refined while being fresh and very familiar. It's not too loud, but it lasts a long time on my skin. Really, really good stuff. Out the shower, Ralph Lauren's Polo Blue Parfum. Moving into Thursday, this was a subscriber recommendation in one of those live streams that I like to do pretty much monthly as of late, where I'll take subscriber recommendations on what I should buy in a fragrance haul. And this one kept coming up. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on Afnan, his Highness Blue, or his Highness number 6. It is pretty damn good, guys. So I was told kind of like Aqua Essenziale Blue from Salvatore Ferragamo. A lot of longtime viewers, you know that's my jam. This is a heavy-ass bottle. I would hate to drop this on my bed. Like, I'm in Nike slides right now with my ankle that popped. I'd hate to drop this on my foot. It'd probably break a bone or two. It's heavy. Cap's pretty heavy, too. But, point being, it has that similar aromatic, earthy green, slightly powdery tone from that. This is more aquatic. This is actually a overall deeper, more nuanced fragrance. I don't necessarily like it more, but I kind of like it just as much. This is really good. It's a very green and spicy, powdery blue fragrance. I know green and blue throwing that together, but a lot of blue fragrances tend to have greener elements to them. That's the case here. It has a slight piney green, cypressy green type of feel, woodsy, and I love that it's aquatic and powdery at the same time. I wasn't blown away the first time I smelled it. I was like, oh, it's good, but nothing crazy special. But the more I spray this one, it's one of those cases where the more I like it. I'm a huge fan of this one. It's pricier for being an Afnan fragrance, around $61, but it performs really well. It doesn't smell super cheap and synthetic. And as far as blue fragrances are concerned, that's where it is kind of like Aqua Essenziale Blue, where it doesn't smell like a bunch of other things. You'll get elements that'll remind you of certain fragrances, but it doesn't smell directly like one particular fragrance or an exact family of fragrances. So I'm definitely a huge fan of it, and I would highly recommend checking this one out if you want a blue. It's a bit of a different blue. You gotta like powdery though, keep that in mind. Afnan, his Highness 6 or his Highness Blue. Moving into Friday, I was just in the mood for this one. I keep wanting to go back to it. It's my favorite Tigar clone. It is Paris Corner in their North Stag Expressions collection. This is number 1. This is their Bulgari Tigar clone. Big fan of this one. The Ambroxan really helps this one push. Beautiful spicy citrus. The spices shine a bit more in this one. I think that's why I like it a little more than Tarathi Blue. Man, now best is a subjective thing. It just means favorite. Some of you have seen that video where I've tried to clear it up on what I mean when I say best, because my best and your best might be 2 different things because it's just our favorites. This is my favorite. I would take this over Tarathi Blue. I would take this over Theorem. No, I haven't tried Black Panther from Alexandria. I get asked about that all the time. No, I haven't tried Vibrato. No, I haven't tried Arrakis or Arrakis, however you say it, from Spirit of Kings. But for what I've tried, what I have, this is my current favorite. Really been enjoying this one. Performs great, smells pretty much just like Tigar with a quality drop-off, as all of the clones seem to have, because I do have a carded sample of Tigar, and I will get a bottle of Tigar this year at some point. I plan on getting it. It's on the bucket list for 2024, and before the year ends, I will have a bottle of that. But for now, I'm good with this. If you're looking for a really good clone of Tigar, I highly recommend it. Paris Corner put out a good one with North Stag Expressions number 1. And then we got the shower. Just 1 spray on the chest was all it took. Wife loved smelling this on me. 1 spray on the chest was perfect for this. Had a great evening with YSL Babycat. The love affair continues with this fragrance. I love, love, love this fragrance. Shout outs to the Bishop Jared Miller for sending this my way not that long ago. Honored, privileged. I appreciate him. He had also sent me a decant prior so I could try it. And the hype is real on this one. Anybody that doesn't like it, it is what it is. Just because I like things doesn't mean you will. Just because you don't like things doesn't mean I won't. And that's the case here. This is amazing, dark, smoky, peppery vanilla. Nice and sharp cedar wood. I love it. God, it's so good. So good. It's smoky, burnt vanilla smell. I get where it's not for everyone, but I'll tell you what, in this household, this is a hit. This is one of the 5 best fragrances in my collection, which means my 5 favorites out of everything behind me, which the camera doesn't even pick it all up. It all goes over there. There's some of these shelves are getting used now for fragrances. The desk is full of fragrances behind me. I got fragrances everywhere. There's some in the closet. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Cedrat Boisé got bumped out of the top 5. It's in number 6 hole now. So of my roughly 1,600 bottle collection as it stands as I'm speaking right now, this is in my top 5. I love this. I'm so glad to have this. It's phenomenal. It's intoxicating. This is one sexy ass smelling fragrance. Just plain and simple. That's how I feel about it. Wife feels the exact same way. So if you can try it, try it. If not, I suggest Paris Corner's Emir Rifakat. Beautiful interpretation. Pretty accurate. Quality drop off. There's a difference between the two. This definitely smells of higher quality. But as far as the scent profile, Paris Corner seemed to have nailed it. But out the shower, the ever so intoxicating Babycat from Yves Saint Laurent. Finally on Saturday, what I'm wearing currently, we had some running around to do. I wanted to wear something versatile, but still a little bit more special than just rocking some random designer. So I went with Electimuss Imperium. Man, is the Ring General of the Electimuss range. Shout out to you wrestling fans that caught that. Smells like Aventus mixed with Ani to me. Some people have told me Aventus mixed with Cedrat Boisé. I totally get that. Cedrat Boisé with Ani. Totally get that. Basically, it's fruity, it's musky, it's vanilla, it's woodsy, a little ambery. It's great. Performs really well. You get the best of a lot of worlds. I'm not going to just say both worlds because I get where people are coming from with Cedrat Boisé, Aventus, Ani, and kind of being its own thing. Moral of the story is it smells phenomenal. It is my favorite Electimuss fragrance. I have 4 bottles, and I've tried 6 fragrances from them. Octavian, and what other one did I try that I don't have a bottle? It's eluding me right now, but I've tried 6 fragrances from them. I have 4 bottles in total, and this is hands down my favorite. And the versatility plays a big, factor into the reasoning on why it's my favorite. It's just one you can just roll with for anything, any season, high heat, humidity. Just be easy on the sprays. Any other time, spray it how you want. Day, night, date, work, casual, whatever. It works. It smells incredible. During the day, Electimuss Imperium. And then I haven't taken my shower yet. I will be after I finish recording this before I edit. I want to wear this tonight. This is Dior Homme Cologne if Dior Homme Cologne was affordable niche. This is Molinard's Gingembre. This is a goodie. Right around $52 I think I paid for it, and it smells like a more complex, slightly higher quality Dior Homme Cologne. Ginger gives it this crisp brightness, and it still smells like ice cold lemonade. Very much in the same vein. So fresh. Literally mouth-watering. This is such a great fragrance. This was a recommendation. I want to say it was a Joel's Matrix recommendation. Joel, if you're watching this, I think it was you that recommended it to me. This was in that same live stream where I bought Afnan his Highness Blue. It was a recommendation from the live chat. And a damn good one. I think it was Joel that recommended this to me. Joel's been hitting me with some good ones. That's who recommended Chapard Cedar Malaki, which I absolutely adore. Beautiful fragrance. But if you want niche Dior Homme Cologne, basically, get this one. It's what I'm going to be rocking out the shower here this evening. It's Molinard Gingembre. Well, that's this week's rotation. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. What'd you guys wear this week? Definitely put it down in the chat. I'm very curious to see what you guys have been rocking. It's my favorite comments to read every week. This is my favorite recorded format video to do every single week. because I love talking to you guys about what I've been wearing and to see what you guys have been wearing. So definitely comment down below. Until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the fragrances that I wore this week and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.